as everybody knows, Bad Bunny, person apparently all of the right wing hates, performed at the Super Bowl halftime. That show, that performance, was absolutely a celebration of the contributions that Hispanic people make every day, not just Hispanic, I mean all immigrants, to be honest, to the United States. It was very overt, and I do think it needed to be overt because sometimes Americans have a little bit of an issue struggling with, like, does that mean something? Is this I don't even know. So it was good to just kind of be like, bam, here it is. You see these folks every day. You depend on them every day. And honestly, like, that to me was the best part of that performance. Just on a personal note, like, his music, definitely not for me. Not because it was in Spanish, but because that is not my genre of music. But I did enjoy the performance. I enjoyed the message that it sent. It's not something I'm going to be downloading and being like, I'm going to listen to this all the time, but really good job. And of course, Donald Trump hated it. Donald Trump got on Truth Social and said this because apparently he watched it. He wasn't watching Kid Rock horribly lip sync over at the Turning Point USA halftime alternative. But Trump said this: "The Super Bowl halftime show is absolutely terrible, one of the worst ever. It makes no sense, is an affront to the greatness of America, and doesn't represent our standards of success, creativity, or excellence. Nobody understands a word the guy is saying, and the dancing is disgusting, especially for young children that are watching from throughout the USA and all over the world." Hold up, man. You're going to sit there with your name showing up 5,300 times in the latest Epstein dump, and you're going to act like you're the one who's concerned about children? Really? That's where you want to go with this critique of Bad Bunny? Won't somebody think of the children? Because God knows I can't stop thinking about them, right? If I were you, Donald, probably for the rest of your life, I wouldn't talk about children ever. This show is just a slap in the face to our country, which is setting new standards and records every single day, including the best stock market and 401ks in history. There is nothing inspirational about this mess of a halftime show, and watch, it will get great reviews from the fake news media because they haven't got a clue of what is going on in the real world. And by the way, the NFL should immediately replace its ridiculous new kickoff rule. Make America great again. President Donald J. Trump. That was a celebration of America. That did represent what is good in America. We are a melting pot. I'm sure everybody has grown up hearing that. Everybody has maybe even said it at some point in their lives, but we truly are. We are an entire nation of immigrants, founded by immigrants, pushed out the indigenous people, the real, Americans. We need all of these people, the ones that were being celebrated during that halftime show, because the second they walk out of that stadium, they're the ones being persecuted on our streets. They're the ones being racially profiled by your administration. And not to mention, Bad Bunny's freaking American, dude. This doesn't represent America. He is America. As American as you are, bud. But that leads me to a critique published in the Mirror by a writer by the name of Christopher Buckton. And I want to read this because I think this is so powerful, because it's not just about Trump's response and the Bad Bunny show. It's also a real attack on how horrible the Turning Point USA alternative was, not just with the performance, which, if you haven't seen Kid Rock not even being able to lip sync to his own song, then please go watch it, because it is god awful. and they had a ton of technical difficulties. They weren't allowed to stream it on Twitter, so they lost like all their audience. It was hilarious. But Christopher Buckton for The Mirror wrote this. For most viewers, Bad Bunny's show was exactly what the Super Bowl has long claimed to celebrate: scale, swagger, and culture. For MAGA, it was an existential crisis. Spanish lyrics, brown bodies, dancing that didn't look like it came from an Arkansas country bar in 1987. Clearly, civilization was under threat. Then he talks about Trump's meltdown. He says, what made the outburst even more revealing was Trump's apparent failure to grasp a basic fact. Bad Bunny is from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is American. Its people are American citizens. The President of the United States attacking an American artist as foreign is not irony. It is Trumpism in its purest form. If it doesn't look or sound like his America, it doesn't count. MAGA's solution, as ever, was to retreat into a parallel reality. Rather than engage with the halftime show the rest of the world was watching, Trump-aligned groups promoted an alternative performance headlined by Kid Rock, marketed as a wholesome, values-driven counterweight to the NFL spectacle. Even Trump, a man famous for inflating crowd sizes, didn't bother watching. Instead, he tuned into Bad Bunny like everyone else before angrily informing the world that he hated every second of it. And then came the awkward part MAGA would rather forget. So even Trump couldn't be bothered to watch that stupid little, Turning Point halftime show. That was for him. Like, we're doing this for you. Your friend, Kid Rock, who you've brought into the White House way too many times, is going to be performing. And Trump's like, no, I'm going to watch Mr. Bunny here. Oh, I'm so mad at the bunny. True Social. Yeah, not normal. Listen, nobody is being forced to watch anything on television in their private time that they do not want to watch. Okay? That's not a thing that happens. Nobody is forcing you, saying, if you don't watch this, you go to jail. Same thing with YouTube streams. That's what drives me crazy about these weirdos who come in and like, oh, I'm going to be a troll. No, you suck. I hate you. Cool. Why are you here? Why are you watching Bad Bunny's halftime performance if you don't want to watch it? It was 12 minutes. You could have, gone to the bathroom, just taken your time, take the dogs out, go for a quick 12-minute walk. Go to the kitchen, make yourself a snack. You could have done literally anything on the planet that you wanted to. That's legal. I have to put in that caveat when talking about Trump, apparently. But you didn't have to watch it. You don't have to watch anything you don't like. So these people that watched it and got so pissed off, like, you did that to yourself because you wanted to be enraged. You wanted to join the mob of angry people instead of the bigger mob of people who enjoyed it. So that's just you being an idiot. And that's something you have to work through. But instead, you've decided you want to make it everybody else's problem too. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.